Good afternoon, leaders. How are we? Let me hope everyone is good. How is everyone? Are we okay? Are we fine? Mugamba Mutia. Let me hope everyone is good. This training is recorded on YouTube live. This training is recorded on YouTube live. So I'm going to request everyone go in our training groups and go in our training groups and post that we have started in our diamonds, in our 90 days challenge, and in the game changer group. We have started. Just post. We have started. Yes. So let us get started right away. Hey, we have started. Today is a question and answer session. Question and answer session. We have started our training right away. Okay. So leaders, if you have a question, please put it in the chat. Put your question in the chat. Go in the chat box, put your question there. I'm ready to answer it. What do you have? What do you want to know about RayQ? What is really confusing you about RayQ? The chat box is open. Just tap chat, put your question. What is disturbing you to understand about the business? What do you want to learn? What do you want to learn more? What is confusing you? On Saturdays, I always want to make it a questions and answer session because from Monday to Friday, we usually learn a lot of things, and maybe we don't get a chance to give people a chance to ask questions. So please, right now, tap chat, put your question you have about the business. I answer it. Put your question you have about the business. I answer it. What do you want to learn about the business? The chat is open. Maclean, do you have any question? iPhone, Lexi, and Mubarak, any questions? What question do you have? Babidi and Nora, you are very welcome. You're very welcome to this Zoom. What do you want to learn more? To learn more about the business. Hey, what is that question you have? Many people, there are things they really want to learn. Maybe about the security. What if I lose my password? Maybe they want to learn about margin calls. What do you want to learn more? Maybe you want to learn about holding. What do you want to learn more? Maybe you want to learn about your exchange or Binance. What question do you have? Today is a questions and answer session. So please come in the chat, type your question, you get answered right now. Many people, today I'm going to start with the security of RayQ, or security of our business. First of all, when you are registering your business, make sure you take screenshots. You took screenshots. Now I'm going to talk in past tense. Make sure you took screenshots of your password. Or you wrote your password somewhere. Some of us, we are very reckless that we don't keep our passwords. Someone doesn't have their password documented anywhere, in their book, their diary, nowhere. Let me warn you this. If you lose your password, to recover it, RayQ is going to ask you for the 3 security questions you answered. And I'm pretty sure if someone forgets their password, they can't remember the security questions, you will lose your RoyalQ account and you will need to buy a new account. I have very many cases of this. If you lose those two, you will lose the account. You will need to buy a new robot if you want to keep on trading. So that's $120 wasted because of one mistake password. So please take screenshots of your password or write them somewhere or save them on your Google. Because in most cases, when you are logging in RoyalQ for the first time, RoyalQ or your phone usually asks to save your password. Don't you see that? So please let it save it. Let RoyalQ save, let your Google save your password just in case. Just in case you forget it, it can always remember or write it down. Now let's go to Binance. Binance is security. Binance and security is easy. As long as you have an email, you have you register your phone number there. Sometimes you put passkeys. Sometimes you put passkeys, like your pass. Put passkeys, you put your password, you put your fingerprint, you put your code, the one you use for your phone. So, like, that is the security of Binance. Binance security is very easy. Even if someone steals your phone and you lose all the passwords, you lose your email, you lose you lose your phone. Binance is okay. For Binance's case is different because Binance, you gave them your ID, you gave them your face, they know you. You can always go to their customer care. They hope you recover. But RoyalQ's case is different. Since RoyalQ doesn't do KYC, KYC means asking for an ID, asking for your face and all that. It will need it needs security questions. These security questions are encrypted on blockchain system. So if you forget them, you're done. So leaders, my advice to everyone, please write down your words, your passcodes. Okay, I think for security, I'm very clear on that. For the people who are in the meeting, do you have any questions? You don't have any questions? If you don't, we close the meeting today. Because today is a questions and answer session. I've not come to teach anything. I've come to get questions. I answer them. I've come to get questions and answer them. Anyone with a question, tap chat, write down your question. I'll help you answer it. Okay, someone has asked a question. What is the difference between subroutine mode? Has asked, what is the difference between subroutine real-time settlement and wall warehouse? What is the difference? What is the difference? Let me go to our RoyalQ app. When we go to RoyalQ app here, when you are trading any coin, for example, I'm trading WRX. When you tap strategy mode, the robot has three modes, the three trading modes. The first one is called wall warehouse. The second one is called Uh, the first one is called Subobin Wall Warehouse. The second one is Subobin Mode. The third is Subobin Real-Time Settlement. What is the difference of these three? Now, most of the people are trading in only three types of modes. Two, Wall Warehouse and Subobin Real-Time. But let's first look at margin calls. Let's look at margin calls. When our robot is buying, it has margin calls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, up to 1,000. You can have as many margin calls as 1,000 margin calls. You can have 1,000 margin calls. Hope you know that. But the first 4 margin calls, the robot calls them wall position V. Why? The robot sells them at once. It doesn't buy them at once, but it sells them at once. Whatever drop they have, even if the first one they bought at 2%, the second one at 3%, the fourth one at 1%, the third one at 5%, it doesn't matter. The robot will always sell them at once. From the 50th margin call to the 6th to the 7th, up to infinity, up to the 1,000. For example, if you have 1,000 margin calls, the robot can sell them independently, depending on your strategy mode. Now, let's look at our strategy modes. Let's start with Wall Warehouse. Wall Warehouse, these days, it's my favorite strategy mode. It is my favorite. And for the people who are using it in trading, I think you are seeing the results. Why? The Wall Warehouse, when the robot is buying margin calls, it buys these margin calls, but it will have to wait and sell them at once when the market goes up. It will not sell any margin call independently. It will sell them at once. The robot is buying, then sell at the same price. I'm going to give you an example of a trader. Let's assume this trader is buying. How can I say? Which product can I use? Can I use a car? Some people don't know types of cars. Let me use land. Even land is not the same. Okay, let me use a phone. Let's assume I'm selling phones. Then I go and buy phones from different people. Let's assume I'm selling second-hand phones. So I buy phones from students, from people who have a lot of problems. I buy these phones on different prices. Someone sells me their phone at 100,000, another 200, another one has a very good phone. I buy it at 300,000. But then I collect all these phones. Let's assume they are all of the same model, Samsung Galaxy S10, let's assume. Then I bring them in my shop. I clean them very well. I give them new screen guards. I give them good shell, good covers and all that. I put them in my shop. I sell all of these phones at the same price. All of them, I'm selling them at 500,000. Let me draw this. Let's assume we are buying Galaxy S10. This is our product. Now, this is my business. For me, I sell a phone. I buy Galaxy from someone at 300,000 shillings. I buy another at 200,000 shillings. I buy another at 100,000. I am buying these phones from different people of different problems. The one who was selling it to me at 300,000, that was the price he needed. Then this person wanted to go in diaspora. He didn't need a phone. He wanted cash. Then this lady, she was a student. The The school was closing, so she needed money to go back home. So I bought it at a very cheaper price. And then I even buy it from another guy. This guy had a problem, a very serious one. He needed any money. I paid him 50K only. I bought his Galaxy S10. But for me, I bring all of these 5 phones. Are they 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's assume this is one margin call, second, third, fourth. And for me, I bring this phone in my shop, I clean them, I give them good covers, and I sell all of them, each at 500,000 shillings. Even if I sell them at 400 shillings. Even if I decide to sell all of them at 300,000 shillings, I'll still be making profits. The first one I bought at 300, it won't make a lot of profit. But the second one and third and fourth, they will give me crazy profits. I will be making money. That is what Wallware House does. It buys margin calls at different prices and sell them at a certain price, whereby the robot is saying that it's going to make good profits. That's why you are seeing when you are trading in Wallware House, the average price changes all the time, depending on the margin call it has bought. Have you understood Wallware House? Now let's go to Sabobin mode. Sabobin. What is Sabobin? Sabobin. The robot buys margin calls, but from the 50th one up to infinity, the ones you designed in your settings, the robot will sell these ones independent. But it will only show you profits after closing the whole coin. What do you mean by closing the whole coin? For example, let's assume we were trading a coin. It started buying margin call up to the 7th one. Then the market starts to go up. When the market starts to go up, it sells this, it sells this, it sells this. Then finally, it sells these whole positions. That's when the robot will show you the profits. Before it closes the whole positions, the robot won't show you profits. Chichetegeza one. Omuntu ali musabobin. When the robot buys margin calls, netandika ozitunda independently ezawansi ziri kuva ku namba 5 okudda waggulu. Robot egenda kulaga profit ng'emaze ozitunda zonna lumu n'ezasoose. That's when it will show you profits. Have you understood that? Now let's look at Sabobin real time settlement. What is Sabobin real time settlement? Sabobin real time settlement, this is a trading mode whereby the robot shows you profits it has made from the 50th margin call up to infinity. The robot has made a profit from the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. So the robot shows you profits in real time. When it sells the 50th margin call, because it shows the profits it has made on that sale. When it sells the 61, it will show you. That's when you see such messages. Let me see which coin have I ever traded in Sabobin real time. I think it is WLD. Are you seeing the word sub-sale? Are you seeing the word sub-sale? So those sub-sales, those are margin calls. When you tap a sub-sale, the robot will show you the number of margin calls it sold. Here down, it is showing that I sold number of margin call 8 and I made $0.2 and I sold it at 1.1%. So this is what I'm talking about. So that is the difference. Currently, since the market is going up, I advise trading Wallware House. You are going to make a good profit because the robot is buying and selling at once. And you won't stay in a negative with the Wallware House. Why? The more a coin drops and the robot buys margin calls, the higher it reduces the negative. If your coin has been at 10% and the robot buys the 11th margin call, the coin which was in negative 10, it will go to 8. It will go to 7. The more it buys margin calls, it reduces to 7, to 5, to 4, to 3. So you find out that if this coin comes up, you have a higher chance of closing the sale. You get the point? You have a higher chance of closing the sale. I think that is very understandable. Any questions? Today is a question and answer session. Today is a question and answer session. iPhone is asking, talk about the compound calculator. The compound calculator, compounding. For the information I have, I'm not so good in that kind of compounding. Different leaders are teaching it, not me. For example, I'm using $100. When I'm trading with $100, let's assume this is my first buying amount. Okay. So let's assume I'm trading with $100 and it's my first buying amount. If the robot sells and I make $3 profits, my next trade, I give it first buying amount. Get my point? I give it 103. You get my point? So if the robot sells the second time and it makes another $4, my first buying amount becomes 107. I keep accumulating profits. So there is a calculator which can help you to accumulate that, to calculate how much money you can make maybe in a year. I don't know how accurate it is. I never teach that. I don't. So that's the information I have about that. No more information about it. Sir, that kind of compound trading, it's there, and there are leaders who teach it. You'll get more information from them. Hope I've answered your iPhone. Any questions? This is a question and answer session, leaders. I am expecting to see questions in the chat box. What do you want to learn more? Is there anything you want to learn more about the Royal Cube? Is there anything really makes you scratch your head and you're not understanding it? I want you to come in the chat box, type your question, we answer it. You know, when you see a class not asking questions, there are two things happen. First, they don't understand what you are teaching. Second, they are too bright and they understood everything. So when they are too bright, that means I just come in the class, I choose anyone, I give you a topic, you explain it. Can we go? Let me see the list. Which people do I have? I'm seeing Babidi Nora, Daniel James, Agre. Agre is our new member. Agre, you're very welcome, my brother. I'm seeing 2 iPhones. Over iPhone what and what? Capita Steven, Benon, Mubarak, and Susan Kimani. So if I have a class which is not asking any question, that means these guys are too bright. They understood everything. So I'll just choose anyone. And I'm like, you are the host. Share your screen and teach us about margin calls. Martin is like, don't ask me, I'm new. If you don't, now that means, what do you mean by new? Macklin, you joined last year. Come again on margin call. No, what are margin calls? Margin calls. Let me explain margin calls very well so that people can understand them. And why do we need margin calls in our business? Why do we need margin calls in our business? Let me give you an example. When we are trading in sport, we are doing what we call sport trading. In sport trading, we buy low and sell high. Tugula pricing azise, ne tutunda pricing azirinnye, tukola amagoba. That's how we do it. Okay? That's how we do it. We buy when the prices are low. We sell when the prices are high, and we make a profit. So let's assume, let me use a coin called Solana. When Solana is at $113, you buy. When Solana goes to $105, what do? You keep buying. You're not selling because now it has gone down. That is spot trading. When Solana goes down to $100 sharp, what do? You keep buying. Eh? So we keep buying low and we sell high to make profits. Okay? We buy low, we sell high to make profits. In spot trading, it is advisable not to put all your money in the first buy. Let's assume. How much is Solana right now? Let me check. Let me check Solana here. You know, one of the coins I love most is Solana. Solana is $108. Sol is $108 currently. If you're trading capital, you budgeted your trading capital for $500 per coin, and you are going to trade 4 coins, let's assume, each with 500. That means your whole capital is $2,000. Don't put all your $500 as the first buying amount. Don't. Some people might not understand it. Let me put a red color. Don't. Why? Because you are going to put your $500 in Solana at $108. Then Solana drops to $99. What will you do? You will have what we call floating loss. That means your robot won't sell. It will have to wait for this coin to go up. Then it sells. Eh? It will have to wait for this coin to go up. Then it does what? Then it sells. How about if you divide this money and you're like, my $500, let me divide it by 10. I get 50. Let me make this my first buying amount. I buy Solana at 108 with only $50. When Solana goes down to 107, I put another 50. When Solana goes down at 102, I put another 50. So my robot is going to buy 10 times whenever this coin goes down. What are you doing? You are collecting more quantity of Solana. One day, Solana is going to go down and hit up to $50 down. Reiki puts another 50. So what does this mean? Let me explain it. At first, you bought Solana when it was at only $108, and you paid 50. Let me go to calculate. I think my mathematics is okay. 108 divided by 50. How much do you get? Do we do divide? What do we do? No, we do 50 divided by 108. We get 0.4 Solanas. With our $50, if we pay Solana, which is worth 108, they give us 0.46 Solanas. That is the quantity. Here you are getting 0.46 Sol. Now, you pay it again when it has gone to 0.7, at 107. Here you are getting almost the same quantity. Let's assume it goes to $102. Here you are buying it at $102. They give you almost half a Solana, 0.49. Here you are getting, let me change the color, 0.49 sols. These are quantities. Ugula quantity ya coin. With price reka, you are getting more quantity. Now, Solana has gone down $50 and you put the same amount. Here you are going to get a full Solana, a full Sol. Now, when the prices go up again, back to 108, even if the robot sells at that same price, you will be making profits. That is Wall Warehouse I'm teaching you. It is more beneficial in the bull run, not in the bear market. In the bear market, it can keep you in floating loss, but in the bull run, it can give you crazy profits. Don't trade Sabo in real time in the bull run. Don't. You are going to limit your profits because these subs, they give you little profits. They'll give you little profits. You are buying your good quantity. I don't know price. Buy your good quantity at a better price. Wait for the market to go up, then sell it at a higher price. For me, by the way, my kind of trading is this. Even if I miss 3 days without making money, but on the 4th day I make 100, I'm okay. Then making $0.21 for the continuous 4 days. What do I benefit? Let your robot buy Wall Warehouse. Buy quantities. The market goes up. Sell them at once. Because the psychology of trading is this. It's not about making money 30 days. That might not happen. A successful trader counts 10 days in a month, making best profits. Making best profits. Let me give you an example. If my trading capital is $1,000, and my goal is to make $300 a month, if I divide 300 by 30, that means every day I will make $10. But there are bad days in the market where I won't make it. What if my robot buys margin calls, the market goes down, the robot buys, I miss like 4 days without earning, then boom, one day I make 70 or 100. After like the same period, I make another 70. Now I'm in 140. That means in like 10 days, I have got my best 2 days and I've hit half my target. Because my target is $300, I've already made $140. Same concept happens. Then later, I close the month with my $300. That's the best thing. But the problem is, people want to see their dashboard reading money daily. Even if it is 0 point, they're okay. You are not trading, you are joking. Trading is making money. Trading is making money. Did you know that there are people who are trading once in a month? They are taking profit once in a month. But you know what they do? They find out the coin which has gone so low down. They give it maybe 3%. They put good money. Someone can be trading with $100,000. And that's the kind of trading we are going to be doing in the future. $100,000 million some 370 million shillings. You find out a trade, it has gone so down. For example, like this one. The last performing coin is called OAM. It has gone down almost 10%. It has gone down by almost 18% to 20%. So someone finds out that coin, does analysis on it, how it will perform in a month. They want to take out only 5% in a month. And in a month, they close the month with $5,000. They can chill. Do you know how much is $5,000 in Ugandan shillings? That is 19 million shillings. Just imagine making 19 million shillings in Uganda. 19 million shillings. Enters one trade, it closes, they can't sleep. Some people are trading like that. So what I want to teach you is, it doesn't matter. What matters are the profits coming and good profits. Have you understood what margin call means? So margin calls, in other words, means buy low of that same coin you are trading. Don't put all your money at once. Divide it. The division you are doing That's what we call margin calls. And it happens here in the trades you are doing. Okay? It happens here in the trade settings you are having. Your trade settings. These are the trade settings, for example. Eh? These are the trade settings, for example. Now these are the margin calls. I'm telling my robot, when the market drops 1%, please buy. Whenever the market drops another 1%, please buy. When the market drops 7%, please buy. It drops another 7%, please buy. Now just imagine, from first call to the 60th call, almost the market has dropped 19% or 18%. So a coin which was at $100, which I was injecting in $100 to make a certain quantity, now I'm getting a 17% discount. You know, one of my mentors who was teaching me trading, he said that whenever you see a coin dropping in negative, it means that that's a discount. A discount. It's like going in a supermarket and they say, so in other words, that's what. Oh. Was my microphone off all along? Because I've found it off. Have you been hearing what I've been teaching?
Someone was calling you.
Someone was calling it. It became off. Sorry. Okay. So here it's saying, does Walloway House work for small capital less than 100? Yes. Actually, someone who is less than 100, why do you go off Walloway House? Walloway House is your home, my brother and sister. If you have $100, so please stay in Walloway House. Sabubin real-time settlement is for what? To help you do what? If you learn, let me give you an example of my coin, which was called WLD. I want to give you an example, a study case on WLD. When I was trading it, these are transaction records. I want you to look here. When the robot was doing the sub sales, see the profits it was bringing, $0.4, $0.4. How much money had it injected in this trade? Those were $25 in margin calls. So my robot was using $25 to buy margin calls. But each margin call from the 51 to infinity I had given it had to sell them at 1.3%. These are the profits it is bringing, 0.4, 0.2. Cut is percentage. What money is that? But look, when it sold the Walloway House, it gave me $6 once at just 2.9%. But let's count the margin calls which it had sold in Walloway in what? In subs. This is 25, that's 50, 25, that's 75, that 25, that's how much? That's 100, not so? $100. 0.2, 0.2, 0.4, that's how much? That's 0.8, 0.4, that's how much? That's 1.2. I just got $1.2 from just. Are you getting my point? So for me, I think, how about if my $100 was added on the whole warehouse, which would have been sold in the subs? What if it was on the whole warehouse and it was sold at once? The robot would have sold this coin at a higher price. Look here, the whole positions were sold at 2.7% dollars. But these ones, some of them were sold at 2.2. That means if my robot had waited to sell at a whole warehouse, even this $1.2 I had got from my $100 injected in the trade, maybe it would have been even $3 or 2.5 profit. Are you getting my point, leaders? So at the end of the day, as long as we are in the bull run, keep your trades in one warehouse. You are going to make more profits. By the way, some of these things we teach you, try them. When they work for you, stay on track. When they don't, you are free to change. Practice this. Give it time. You can say for the whole week, next week, I'm going to be trading all warehouse and see how it's working. Put in new trades. Don't put in old trades. Some people have their old trades which are stuck. Then they change it to all warehouse and they want to see miracles. You won't see them. Okay? Find new trades you are putting, maybe signals. Put it in all warehouse and see the difference. How do you choose best coins? All coins are best. All coins are good. The best coins are those most volatile coins. If you have good capital, I advise you to trade very volatile coins. If your capital is very small, $100, trade Bitcoin and BNB. You won't have a lot of floating loss. Nope, it went like 1 minute back. Mute. Thank you so much. I think we have learned something. Have we learned something? Anyone with a question? Anyone with a question? I'm not seeing any other questions in the room. Then we're going to close our meeting. But let me hope you've learned something. Have a great time. See you at the top. Let's meet next week on Monday. But tomorrow we might have a training from Leader Harriet because she had decided to give us a special training always on Sunday. Since our Sundays are free days, no general programs, she wanted to take over that day. When you trade in cycle, does the coin buy after finishing all the margin calls, or it starts from behind? What do you mean by behind? When you're trading in cycle, after the robot selling the whole positions, it buy again the first buying amount, and it starts afresh, a new journey. It's like you have a shop, you are selling sugar, you sell your whole stock. After it's done, you go back in the market, you buy new stock. Same thing with cycle. Cycle buys, sells the whole stock. After that, goes back in the market and buys again.